Have you been in Bellevue before?
Oh, many times. Yeah.
Many times?
I've been hospitalized over 30 times. Nobody believes any of this. They all say that I'm crazy. But then that's to be expected. Who would believe the second coming of Christ is the second coming of Christ? If they believed me, then it wouldn't be believable.
You think you're God?
Yes, I do. I believe that to be true.
You're smiling.
Well, it's a nice thing, actually. I'm not smiling because I'm saying it as a joke. I'm smiling because I think you might believe it's a joke. Mm-hmm. But I do believe myself to be God, yes.
He is getting more agitated. He's grandiose. He feels he's God. And it's probably because he hasn't been taking the medication, the mood stabilizer, or the antipsychotic. And I think the Secret Service was involved with him recently, since the president's coming to town next week, to find out what's going on and talk to him. But what brought him in here this time is that at his residence, he became very agitated, threatening, which again is part of what we see with him, the irritability, and that's why he's being admitted.
Ever since I broke into Reagan's house, I have Secret Service agents that are known to me personally. And every time the president or vice president now comes to town to New York, I have to be with 2 Secret Service agents. As a matter of fact, on Monday night I was with Todd and Mr. Am and some other guy, I don't know. Todd is a Secret Service agent. And we were supposed to go to movies, but actually I went to a nightclub.
What you been working on there?
Huh?
What you been working on there?
Figuring out the scrolls. See, I'll tell you what the colors mean. Okay. Emerald green is for my cousin's ship, Earthling ship, which we call Debbie, or Deborah Jean Cyclovitas, and she's professing to be Dr. Cyclovitas. Meanwhile, she's a witch doctor. And that other Dr. Cyclovitas is really Mrs. Estridge's first name, Rosemary.
Mrs. Cyclovitas, you told me...
I'm not Mrs. Cyclovitas, I'm Mrs. Abba, A-B-B-A.
Mrs. Abba, excuse me. You were telling me about yourself earlier. You're telling me that you have a medical background.
Yes, I do.
Can you describe the background in medicine that you have?
Well, I'm a neuropsychiatrist.
You're a neuropsychiatrist, but that's not the only occupation that you have. You've done several other things. Is that true?
Yes.
You want to go into that?
I'm self-employed at Laptop Computer Systems. I'm the creator of Laptop Computer Systems and most other computer systems too.
Okay. What can we do for you today? How can we help you?
How can you help me? It's not how you can help me, it's how I can help you.
How can you help me?
Because I can work out you need me, because see, the accounting department, even though my executive former operations is very competent, he only looks at things digitally. And no matter what they say or do, nobody's going to get paid while I'm in here.
Excuse me.
They want it.
And my computer system will most likely blow the fucking place sky high.
Just so far. I'm being zapped by the CIA. There's a double bind in talking about it. As soon as you say CIA, they want to medicate you and keep you incarcerated. And so, see, I have to move around when any radiation comes out.
Why did you just do that?
It throws off the radiation.
Claire, let me tell you something. As long as you talk like that, you're never going to get out of here. I had to stop saying what I said. It's no different than when I was chanting how to spell S-A-K-E-L-E-R-E-T-O-S. It's part of the sickness, and the medication is the only thing that helps you. It's true, I didn't want to admit it. Take your medication and relax, calm down.
Medication is torture.
It's not torture. If you're feeling side effects from it, then you need to let your doctor know. I know it's a very hard environment getting to even talk to your doctor. He doesn't come around every day.
I think if they want someone to medicate and incarcerate, they should pick the people who tried to strangle me and who worked for the CIA. They should be subjected to this punishment because it's torture. The medication is torture and the incarceration is torture.
I have bipolar disorder, and I've had mood swings since I was 19 years old. While living in this co-op apartment, I became manic for the first time in my life, a full-blown manic. I had never had this kind of experience before. Being manic is being ecstatic, you know, like the ecstatics who are so right next to God there. I was flying way up there. At any rate, I was a nuisance in the co-op. So that in 1991, I was arrested 6 times. At the time, I thought this was a terrific experience. This is a wonderful experience, getting handcuffed and taken to court and sent off to jail, because I saw everything as positive. Absolutely everything was a positive experience. There was no negativity in my life whatsoever. And that's due to the hormonal state that I was in. As I was paranoid and grandiose, I insisted upon defending myself. So I believe that's called a pro se lawyer. Okay, so I did this all myself. I enjoyed it tremendously. I enjoyed this manic experience. I lost the trial, and I was sent to Rikers Island.
A medication that works for one person doesn't do anything for somebody else. And believe me, there's a lot of medications out there. A medication, I take the 5 medications for this. They may work for a few months. They may work for a few weeks. They may work for a few years. They may work for the next 25 years until I drop dead, or 3 years, or whenever. Or there might be just a tiny, tiny change in my brain chemistry where one of these 5 medications no longer works right. And then comes the nightmare. When you have to find a new medication, I have to wonder how many people commit suicide during the time frame that a medication has stopped working and they have to find a new one to replace it. Sounds easy. You got 5 medications, which one's not working? You start dabbling around again. When you find a medication that works, then you got to figure out how many milligrams to take a day and what time of day to take it, and if it's going to react with the other medications. And then I only see the shrink once every 2 months.